Hello guys, welcome to Cartooning with Paul. Today I'm going to show you how to draw Buster and Babs Bunny from Tiny Toons. So come on, let's get started. Hey cartooners, welcome back. That's right, today we're tackling some other rabbits from the Warner Brothers universe. We're going to tackle Buster and Babs Bunny from Tiny Toon Adventures. That was a cartoon series that started in 1989, ran for a couple years. It was full of madcap hilarity, lots of funny shtick, and tons of sarcasm, which is right up my alley. So let's just get started. Alright guys, well, since I'm drawing two characters, and they're just going to be straight on, I'm going to draw with a landscape position of the paper. And let's start with an egg shape, just like this. Babs will be looking directly at us. So we're going to have our vertical axis like this. And the horizontal, I'm going to put in like this. And then what I'm going to do is, just like with the Bugs Bunny drawings, I'm going to put that egg shape in a bowl. And then from there, I'm going to, from the center, draw up an angle like this, and then I'm going to connect just like that. And basically that is a guideline to round this out, because when we're dealing with these particular characters, they're very squash and stretch, which means their skeletal systems are a little more forgiving than Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. They are very cartoony, which helps us a lot here. So we're not going to really stress out with this drawing today. It's going to be nice and loose. I'm going to throw an oval in like this. Now that I've got that in there, I'm going to throw in the eye shapes, which are kind of like, so they're kind of like egg shapes, except the heavy part of the egg is going to be toward the top, and we're going to go down into kind of like a 45-degree angle here, or a 90 if you're counting in the other eye, which is going to be shaped like this. So if you're looking at an egg, and the rounded top of the egg, or the more pointy area, it's going to be facing down, and it's going to be in the cheek. Because she's looking right at us, we kind of want a little bit of symmetrical quality here. I can see that the eyes are a little different shape, but that's okay. We will play with that later. But now that that's in, let's go back into the snout. She has a great big pink nose, and it's just a rounded triangle, like so. And then that little divot that bunnies have will go like that, and like that. Now I'm going to give her those big laugh line cheek shapes, and they're very big on this character. They're actually very big on both characters, but we'll just throw that in there like that. And a little wrinkle up here. Now the corners of the corners of the nose, we're going to draw a little line up here like that, and that will bring us into the white part of her face. And she does have tufts, but they kind of stay very close into the shape. I'm going to do it on the other side too. So we got that line there, and then we've got a tuft in there like that, one like that, and one like that, nice and close into this kind of like oval shape here. Babs has one small little tooth, just like that, and then we can give her a nice big wide open smile. It tapers down nicely right here in the center, and we will give her her tongue like that. I'm just going to shade this in. Okay. Going to give her a thin lower lip. And it meets right into the cheeks. Now let's do some adjustments on the head shape. Going to give her some hair at the top here. And then the ears come out here and here. And the beauty about these ears is they go wherever you want them to. They are designed to fit into whatever constraints you need them to go into. And she ties little bows at the tips of her ears. So, notice I drew that very differently than I would Minnie Mouse's bow or Mickey's bow tie. This is Warner Brothers. They have their own designs. They have their own flair. And bows are drawn very differently here. Let's see. Just going to tie that in there. Tips of her ears. And then just like that. Babs is a very excitable character. Her eyes are usually wide open. And there we go. And because she's a female character, we give her 3 eyelashes, just like that. And now, if you want to throw her body in, she's 2 heads tall. There's the floor. Let's give her that pose that they use in all of the publicity. Okay, let's see. She wears a scoop neck blouse. And she has these very puffy sleeves, kind of like Snow White. Now, in this cartoon series, Buster and Babs, they like to break the fourth wall all the time, which means they like to speak to the audience or the camera. So when they do that, they usually stand in a stance kind of like this, where Babs will put her arms behind her back. She has this purple skirt. Let's draw some decent lines in that skirt. There we go. Okay. We'll give it some wrinkle lines. And then her legs will come down. We'll draw them like this. Feet together. Now let's go on to Buster. So we've got an egg shape, right? And then we're going to draw in the vertical axis on an angle this time. And the horizontal axis like this. And just like before, we're going to put it in that bowl shape and throw in the angles that we need for his cheeks. Just going to, because I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm envisioning on the sketch. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here. We're going to throw in his snout, but it's going to be on an angle, right? So we're going to push it over a little bit. And then we'll throw in those eyes. So if you've never seen Tiny Toon Adventures before, I know they sell it on DVD. I know iTunes has it in their store right now. You could probably catch them for free on YouTube. It was a fun show. The premise was that the next line of cartoon characters wanted to get their start in showbiz, so they go to school. And who's teaching these classes but the original Looney Tunes characters? But you will notice that the character designs on these characters, they borrow from a lot of the designs from the original characters. You'll notice that Buster and Babs have very similar character traits in their designs. Of course, they are a little different. Like I said, they're very squash and stretch. So they don't really conform to the rigid body types that the original characters had. But, you know, they've got a pig, they have a Tasmanian devil. It wasn't the most original show, but it was fun. We enjoyed it as kids. All right, so let's throw in the rest of the head shape. Now, this is where we're going to differ in design from Babs. So where Babs had a very triangular nose, Buster's was a little bigger and a little rounder. When it comes to the snout, he doesn't have that divot in the center like Babs has. It kind of rounds out. So we're going to give him the laugh lines. And like Babs has one small tooth, Buster has two bigger teeth in the center. His lower lip is a little bigger than hers. And there we go. His ears are also wider and stubbier than hers. And his head of hair, the hair was wider. Those tufts were larger, and it just looked a little more prominent. But she had the longer ears and the bows and stuff, so they were dealing with enough with her. Let's see. Now, when we're drawing in his body, again, they're going to be 2 heads tall. Because we're drawing him on an angle, let's really push that arching back. I'm going to give him a little bit more of a belly, because you're actually going to see his belly. Okay. And you have those big Bugs Bunny type feet. Now, if you're coloring in your drawings, Buster is a sky blue colored bunny. Babs is a light pink bunny. And let's see, you're only going to see a little bit of his belly, which is white, because he wears this red jersey that comes down like so. It has a very wide collar. It's nice and cartoony. And here's a funny bit of design flair. Just like Mickey Mouse's shorts have pockets only when he needs them, Buster also has pockets when he doesn't wear pants, right? Yep. They decided to put the pocket in his leg. Guys, if you like drawing videos like this, I've got a ton more right here for you on these neat playlists. I want to thank you guys so much for drawing with me today, and until the next video, we will see you later.